and I adore him. So full stop on that. I adore Roger Moore.
So do you
The
find
music, the music.
do you find it quite hard to go to these kind of events?
No, I love it, and I don't do it very often. I mean, something like this doesn't take place every day, does it? This is very, very special indeed, actually, in more ways than one.
But when people, do you find it disconcerting when people who love the James Bond films kind of know the script better than you did? You know, and kind of like, you know.
Oh, it's you, sir! It's you!
Yeah, Alec Guinness used to kind of hide away from all these people because he used to think
Yes,
they
I
were-
know he did. I worked with Alec Guinness for a year. Coincidentally, I don't know whether this is of any interest to anybody, but when I got the part in the Bond, and I was actually filming with darling Roger Moore, and he is a darling, and it's not gush, he is. When I was filming with him, he said, "Never mind about this, Maddie. This is just 3 days in bed with me. Your real job is going to be when you're in a play with Alec Guinness," which I was for a year, subsequently, just straight after.
What was
But tosh to that, because
what was Alec Guinness like?
I
Because
loved the Bond.
But was Guinness quite enigmatic? I mean, because he had all these. You could go into.
Well, if you're really interested in this, I was in a play called Habeas Corpus, which Alan Bennett wrote. I had to come on in this pink dress and be Alec Guinness's dream girl. Every night I had to do this. And on the first night I was so nervous. My dad was in the audience and he said, "Maddie, your knees locked," which they did. I actually couldn't move. I was so nervous. I mean, he's wonderful. Alec Guinness was a fantastic chap. Very kind and a wonderful company leader. Unbelievably generous, taking everybody out every night and all of this. But I was terrified. Suddenly, on the first night, I realised, oh my goodness, this is Alec Guinness. And I've got to come on in this pink dress and this pink light. I'm his dream figure, you know, and in the nicest possible way, I wasn't. He was much married to Marula, and he didn't need me in his life, but he was incredibly kind. And I also told him, "Are you interested in this? It's nothing to do with Bond." And I went on, the play started at 8, I went on at 8:10 in my pink light. And on the first night, because I was so nervous, I had a nice big glass of red wine on an empty stomach. Went down and I went into the wings and I said to Alec, "I've just had a glass of red wine." And he said, "You are a very silly girl.
That was a telling off.
You should never, never do that. Never. It's totally and utterly unprofessional." Anyway, there you are.
But
He was great. Alec Guinness was great.
what was going back to Bond?
Yeah, you're welcome. They were both wonderful, meaty jobs. One lasted 3 days, one lasted a year, but they were both amazing. I guess it's the most amazing year of my life.
We have to ask though, you mentioned about being in bed for 3 days with Roger Moore.
I was.
Tell us more. What was that?
I will. Very decorous, and I think I remember rightly, and Roger will have to remind me, but I believe, I believe that Louisa, his beautiful wife, if I remember rightly, was actually sitting at the bottom of the bed while we did the scene. I'm sure I remember that. I don't want to be quoted on it, but I believe she was.
I think it's
We
because she was
did
Italian and very.
we did behave ourselves, but it didn't. But he was completely relaxed about it. I mean, she was lovely. She was an absolutely delightful lady. But I think she was there, not going, like this.
Is there anything you have to do to get yourself into the zone of being a Bond girl? Is there any sort of preparation or the mindset you have to get?
Very difficult when you're very cold and very tired on an early January morning and you've gone from nice little Kew Gardens and your warm bed off to Pinewood in the icy cold. It's very difficult to be sexy or even to be overawed. That is the truth about filming. Actually, that quickly gets away with all of that. And that's why you become such good friends with everybody. Why I became immediately friends with Jane Seymour, who was there, and dear Roger. Everybody relaxes everybody. And in fact, on a subsequent film I did with Bill Fraser, he produced a bottle of champagne on the first day. It's more funny than anything. I mean, you see each other looking like nothing on earth first thing in the morning. Everybody has just crawled out of bed and you're all feeling like death. So no, I think whatever it was you asked me, no, it's not overawing, and it's just the most delightful experience. You all become unusually good friends through circumstances. Your guard is down, is the answer.
And it's such a privilege, isn't it?
You feel as though you've got flu all the time you're making a film. You feel so ill and so tired because you can't sleep. You get to bed, you're over revved. The alarm goes, up you get. Where's the minicab? You know, it's that. So, sorry, sweetheart, what were you going to say?
I was only going to say that it's such a privilege, isn't it, to be a Bond girl? Looking back, you
Oh,
must realise
I was over the moon. You can imagine. I mean, it was as thrilling then as it is now. I was absolutely. I couldn't believe it. And it was Roger who had suggested me for it, because I'd been in the Persuaders with him and Tony Curtis, another wonderful experience. And I learned subsequently he had suggested me for the part. As I say, I couldn't have enjoyed it more. It wouldn't be possible. And such wonderful actors in the scene. I mean, Bernard Lee. I mean, what more do you want than Bernard Lee? I mean, he was just a fantastic actor.
special memories.
Very special memories. Very special. It was a magical year.